When a life falls apart, it rarely happens quietly. It shatters. You lie awake at 3 in the morning, running through every mistake. Your patience thins out, and minor inconveniences trigger sudden, unexplainable bursts of anger. The immediate human instinct is to freeze. We sit in the wreckage, paralyzed, waiting for the perfect time to fix it. We look outward, expecting a friend, a mentor, or some external stroke of luck to pull us out of the mess. Staying in that passive state is dangerous. When you wait for a rescue that isn't coming, the natural fear of failure ferments. It mutates into resentment and intense emotional reactivity against the people around you. Searching for a savior locks you inside the crisis. The belief that external help is on the way is the exact delusion keeping you stuck. The cavalry is not coming. When you hit rock bottom, the systems and people you expected to support you often disappear completely. The mandate of total self-reliance replaces the me for external validation. You are making a conscious decision to sever your reliance on others. Accepting total isolation is the mandatory first step to any real comeback. You have to become the sole architect of your own rescue, and that work starts immediately. The first phase of the rebuild is damage control. Before you can construct anything new, you have to stop the internal damage by mastering strict emotional restraint. This diagram illustrates cognitive bleeding. When you complain or lash out in anger, your mental energy leaks through these fractures. Highly resilient individuals choose a different path. By refusing to react under pressure, they seal these fractures, forcing that energy to increase in density. Emotional restraint serves as a tactical mechanism for energy conservation. Silence hoards the fuel you will need for the steep climb back up. That feeling of being lost and alone is a strategic, calculated retreat from society. Broadcasting your recovery plans triggers a premature hit of satisfaction in the brain. This chemical reward instantly weakens your drive to actually do the work. Cut out the environmental noise entirely. Delete the apps causing mindless scrolling. Tune out opinions that doubt you. Keeping your intentions hidden protects your fragile new ideas from external doubt. Intentional isolation provides the psychological armor your mind requires to heal without interference. Once the bleeding stops, the active phase begins. You are systematically rewriting your brain's baseline programming, stripping away the habits that lock most people into a cycle of poverty. This chart shows the math behind the power of 1%. It contrasts a flat trajectory of stagnation against an exponential curve driven by daily improvements. While the public waits for a sudden transformation, these results are constructed through rigid, repetitive daily drills. Stacking these precise actions forces a critical shift in how you operate. You stop confusing motion with progress and trade the illusion of being busy for the reality of being effective. As you master these small routines, the new daily structure overrides the late-night overthinking and paralyzing fear that used to dictate your choices. Self-discipline acts as a software patch for a broken brain. You rebuild by ruthlessly outcalculating your previous self, one micro-habit at a time. Months later, the mental framework you use to process reality has been upgraded to handle higher levels of complexity. The original obstacle is now a distant memory. This execution separates the top 1% from the remaining 99%. Most people remain average because they avoid the discomfort required to force this systematic reboot. Looking back, the initial failure was the training ground you required to develop emotional mastery. True resilience means a crisis now initiates a familiar, controlled protocol, a tool for stability that others in your field lack. The mandate is clear. Stop translating your internal fears into acceptable excuses and abandon the idea that a perfect moment to start is quietly waiting in the future. Significant progress in this life requires the willing and total abandonment of the comfort found in being a victim. Once built, this psychological framework belongs to you permanently. You already possess the tools to rebuild. Embrace the silence and start achieving your new reality today.